Hey, so I am super fascinated by morning routines, and particularly those that are super successful in every area of their life, or, doing well, expression, really living their truth. I find that they've all got an incredible morning routine. So many years ago, I went on the journey of finding the best routine for myself. And to be honest, a lot of them were so long. Now, don't get me wrong, mine is quite lengthy now, most days. But when I first started out, I just found them way too long. Didn't have all the time like they had. So I was scratching my head thinking, well, what is the best sort of routine? And I came across the power hour, and it just makes sense that the power hour in the morning really catapults your success, because you can get everything done in that 1 hour. And I'm conscious of time. Time is so valuable. But if I can maximize my results in a shorter period of time, I'm for it. I wanted to see the benefits, and I did very quickly see the benefits of these particular rituals that I have tweaked and trialed and errored, and found these 3 to be the most effective in that power hour. What I have found is the most simplest, the most effective rituals that give you that edge, that really allows you to get back into your zone of genius, motivated, excited for the day. We don't allow this sacred time in the morning to just give us some stillness. It's easier to do it in the morning because it's so peaceful. There's no one up, it's quiet. Your thoughts aren't so chaotic before you get into the world. So it's this a time that you can really maximize and do this morning ritual, this routine that will really catapult you into a really successful day and a successful you. And with that comes the dream body. Everything is much more easier. I find that that's why my journey of raw foods, the raw vegan lifestyle, has really become much more fun and enjoyable and deeper, more fulfilling. So let's put this hour to great use. And the 3 habits, or the 3 rituals, I would highly recommend: meditation, reading, and movement. Hitting these 3 habits will give you that great start to the day, give you that edge. Premise that I would highly recommend getting up a little earlier. Set your alarm, maybe 15 minutes before. Maybe you could start off with just the 5 minutes of each of these habits, or if you can, 20 minutes each. So we're going to break it down into chunks of 20 minutes of meditation, 20 minutes of reading, and 20 minutes of movement. If you can't start with that right now and you're struggling to get up in the morning, highly recommend going to bed earlier, or just get up a little bit earlier each day, 15 minutes one week, half an hour the following week, and slowly ease yourself into it. If you can get up at a reasonable time, a good time, they say between 5 and 6 a.m. is when we really are susceptible to change. So if you can get up at that time, I used to get up about 5 a.m. Now it's between 5:30 and 6 a.m. No snooze button. Do not tell yourself that when you hit that snooze button, you are not ready for the day. That is priming your brain that you are not ready. Instead, as soon as your alarm goes off, you get up immediately. It doesn't have to be instant and chaotic. It can just be opening the eyes, taking those deep breaths. I go into gratitude just to prime, just to get myself ready for these habits, and maybe even acknowledge that the good night's sleep I've just had, the cozy bed that I have, the excitement I've got for the day. And then to make it easier for myself, I actually slip straight into meditation. Because I got a great night's sleep, a restful sleep, in the morning, I'm straight up. I am ready for the day. I've already set the intentions of the gratitude, and then I slip into meditation and I just stay in my bed. You may want to go into another room, another environment just to separate that space. But personally for me, I prefer just to sit there or lay there and just get into meditation for 20 minutes. At first, I used to set the alarm. In time, you may not want to. You may feel, let this just process, but I would set an alarm, 20 minutes. You can have a guided meditation, or you can just observe those thoughts that start to focus on the breath. You may even want to think about the aircon, the fan, just to get that focus rather than your mind going off into other areas of your life. And this is why it's so great in the morning, because we are in that theta state where we are susceptible to the programming that's coming in through the guided meditation, or just that stillness, that presence. If we're doing it later in the day, you might not be as calm. So it's the best time and the most effective, and it does overflow into all areas of your life. So that's why I highly encourage you to do it in the morning when we are rested. One thing I will add on here is, do not look at your emails, your messages on your phone. I keep it on do not disturb. I even have all my notifications off my phone. Research shown that we immediately go to our phone waking. That's where the stress comes on. We get that micro stress, these little mini stresses that accumulate. This time is sacred, and really embrace this morning ritual where we have no phone, no one to distract us, no thoughts of stress and chaos, which creates anxiety. We have this time for us. This is our sacred time. So I highly recommend putting your phone on silent, no notifications, do not disturb, and enjoy this journey of the meditation. It also encourages weight loss because we're not choosing foods later in the day that do not serve us. We're more present in our actions, in the way we move, in the way we speak. So meditation has been a really key part of my raw vegan journey in fulfillment and happiness. And of course, my weight loss. To be with your thoughts, to clear any stuck energy, empty the head, clear your head, and empty your metaphorical cup. Number 2 is to read something that is motivating, inspiring. Any of the personal development books that you feel called to read. I love so many different books, and I enjoy reading because it really primes my brain. It gives me nuggets, it gives me ideas and inspiration, and really sets me up. Reading is like massage for the heart. When you read these inspirational quotes and thoughts and how people are living their life and the way they're going about their life, like the law of attraction, the law of vibration. There's so many great books out there, like Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton and Chimp Paradox. There's so many books that I can highly recommend. If you do want to know more of my reading list, I will comment below and I will share that in future videos. But it really gives you a different perspective, and it empowers you to really tackle your day with more grace and love and nurturing and opportunity, rather than this. I feel like for myself in the past, my default was always to think a little bit of poor me, or if I was unhappy, felt like there was a dark cloud over me and I couldn't get out of these little ruts that I was in, and it was becoming recycled over and over again. Like, say, when you get into these cycles, they just keep repeating. So we have to break that cycle by encouraging more positive thoughts, positive ideas, inspiring leaders. So I highly recommend in reading, and I'm always encouraging 20 minutes. That's one chapter, that's one book a month, that's 12 books a year. You will change, you will see the benefit of reading regularly. And then the next, you'll get so many great ideas to transform, to live your best life. And it's how I've created these rituals, these habits, this lifestyle. Number 3 is movement. Now, if you really are short on time, you could combine the reading with an audio whilst you're doing movement. I separate the two, or actually do both. I like to read and then I have an audio form. Just 20 minutes getting that body moving. It could be stretches, it could be walking, like I like to walk the dogs every morning. I like to do some form of resistance training that strengthens my body and also strengthens my mind as well. We get that blood flow, we get the lymphatic system moving, we feel good, the adrenaline comes up, releases happy hormones. It really gets you ready and started for the day and feeling super good. When I notice the difference when I don't do these, how sluggish I feel, how unalert I am, just a little bit duller and not as motivated. So I would recommend incorporating these into your lifestyle, making the most out of your mornings. So if you are someone that wants more, that wants to do more, achieve more, become more, then do these habits that will give you that edge and achieve your dreams, achieve your dream body, achieve the lifestyle. It's not about the end destination, it's who we are becoming that really nourishes the soul. And if you are short on time, you can't commit to 1 hour. I know you will eventually because you'll see the benefits and you'll want to do longer. But go with 5 minutes of each. If you've only got 15 minutes, 5 minutes of each. That creates a habit and that compounds. It's like going to the gym. Sometimes you just don't want to go, but once you go, you're like, yes, I'm glad I've came. It's just that little consistent compound effects will multiply. So if you can do 20 minutes of each, 20 minutes of meditation, 20 minutes of reading, and 20 minutes of movement, then you are going to be ready for the day and having the best life ever. If you do any of those, do share it in the comments below. If you've got any questions, share anything that has worked for you, then do comment in the comment section. If you like this video, thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe, and also turn on the bell notification to be notified of the next videos and also to support the channel. Be, feel, and stay Rawlicious.